Jonesboro City Council moves forward with plans for a new real-time crime center and free transit for A-State students. Also, Arkansas election officials hold hearings over alleged violations in Searcy County during the 2024 election. And St. Bernard's Medical Center in Jonesboro earns national recognition for heart and stroke care. Those headlines and more coming up on KASU News for Friday, August 8th, 2025. I'm Brandon Tabor. Jonesboro's City Council narrowly approved two major capital improvement resolutions Tuesday night, hiring Brackett, Kennerich and Associates for architectural work on a new E911 real-time crime center and renovations for Winter Wonderland. The vote split council members, requiring Mayor Harold Copenhaver to cast the tie-breaking ballot. Resident Patty Lack spoke against the resolution, urging the council to delay action, raising concerns about the process, location, and costs.
I don't see how we can approve this right here tonight until we know where we're going to put it. So you as the city council people are elected by the citizens and the city to make the best choice.
In July, a city task force proposed building the more than $5 million center next to the police department on Caraway or downtown at the Justice Complex on Washington. Discussion was tabled until the task force received cost estimates for either project. Council members also approved a new agreement to make city transit free for A-State and NYIT students and faculty. The service starts August 16th with regular city bus routes covering the campus, student residencies, and several key sites around Jonesboro. A-State will pay the city over $518,000 per year for the service, which will last at least 3 years. John Thompson with the A-State Student Government Association told council members the change will make life easier for students who don't have cars.
Just making this more accessible and convenient for students, it means that this city council cares a lot about our university and a lot about the students that come here to Jonesboro.
The meeting also included updates on the Park Ranger program. The Arkansas State Board of Election Commissioners met this week for personnel hearings. Member station Little Rock Public Radio's Josie Lenora reports that the hearings were about the 2024 election.
In Searcy County, election workers were accused of more than 10 violations. These ranged from minor infractions like touching ballots to serious allegations of discussing ballot issues at polling sites. The poll workers were represented by attorney Clint Lancaster. He's a conservative gadfly, known for speaking out on far-right causes. The employees could be barred from further election work if the state could prove the allegation to be more likely than not, meaning the board believed they had a 51% chance of being true. Lancaster spent the hearing sowing doubt, arguing that much of the state's case relied on eyewitness memories. The board wanted more proof before decertifying the poll workers, but were left with a bad impression of their behavior. Searcy County is one of the only counties who hand counts ballots without a machine. The method is controversial. A recent audit found that ballots have gone missing in Searcy County, and poll workers say the process keeps them up until the early hours of the morning after Election Day. In Little Rock, I'm Josie Lenora.
The board also opted to reprimand 3 of Searcy County's election commissioners. The 3 commissioners allegedly violated state law prohibiting gifts for election-related expenses by paying just $100 to rent equipment to live stream vote counting. Unlike some states, Arkansas has a statute of limitations on medical debt. But Frida Ross for Arkansas News Service reports that consumers have to be vigilant to avoid lawsuits.
Creditors have up to 3 years to file a lawsuit if medical bills are not paid. Not all states have such safeguards for consumers. Eva Stahl with the advocacy group Undue Medical Debt says over the past few years, many states have been moving to fill in consumer protection gaps.
Putting guardrails around payment plans and protecting people, making sure that doors are open around financial assistance at hospitals with respect to medical debt on credit reports.
Earlier this month, a federal judge in Texas ruled medical debt can remain on Americans' credit reports, reversing a Biden administration rule that barred this type of debt from impacting credit scores. The 3 national credit reporting agencies announced last year they would erase medical collections of less than $500 from credit reports. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
Next, a federal judge blocks a new Arkansas law changing the organ donation process. We'll have more after the break.
I'm KASU Station Manager Mark Smith. Like many small rural stations across the country, congressional action to eliminate funding for public media sends KASU and all public radio into an uncharted future. But we remain certain about our mission and our commitment to you and to our community. You can help through contributing at kasu.org/give. As we navigate the path ahead, your continued partnership and financial support is crucial. We're grateful for you. Thank you.
Federal judge has temporarily blocked an Arkansas law changing the organ donation process. The Arkansas Democrat-Gazette reports that U.S. District Judge James Moody issued a temporary injunction against Act 861, passed by lawmakers earlier this year. The law would allow certain people to revoke or modify a patient's organ donor status upon the donor's death. The law was set to go into effect on Tuesday. Arkansas is testing a new plan to reduce recidivism. The State Board of Corrections last week approved a pilot program championed by Governor Sarah Sanders. The governor says the pilot will address issues that cause formerly incarcerated people to reoffend, such as a lack of housing or employment and substance abuse issues. A press release says the program will target 100 imprisoned people who are at least 6 months away from their release dates. Sanders says the program will be funded by repurposing existing state resources. In West Tennessee, prosecutors plan to seek the death penalty against a man charged with killing the parents, grandmother, and uncle of an infant found abandoned in a home's yard. The decision was announced at yesterday's court hearing for 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond in Tiptonville, 2 days after he was arrested. Lake County General Sessions Judge Andrew T. Cook ordered Drummond to be held without bond. Drummond faces 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and weapons offenses. The judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf and granted him a court-appointed attorney. Authorities in Cordova, Tennessee are offering a $10,000 reward for information in the shooting death of Corey Adams, an 18-year-old University of Mississippi football player. Memphis TV station WREG reports Crime Stoppers increased the reward after Adams was killed at a pool party on July 19th. 4 others were also injured. Investigators say more than 40 shell casings were found at the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. St. Bernard's Medical Care in Jonesboro has received top awards from the American Heart Association for heart and stroke care. A press release says the hospital earned the association's highest honors, including Gold Plus and Gold Awards, as part of the Get With the Guidelines program. In Central Arkansas, Saline County is bracing for an influx of visitors for a Christian music festival. More than 70,000 people are expected to attend the Amplify Fest in Benton this weekend. The event is billed as the, quote, largest free Christian music festival in America. The National Weather Service is urging festival goers to exercise caution as heat index values are forecast to rise above the 100-degree mark today and tomorrow. And in professional golf yesterday, Akshay Bhatia had a great finish to get his PGA Tour postseason off to a great start. Bhatia closed Eagle Birdie for 62 in the FedEx St. Jude Championship in Memphis. That's all for KASU News. Music provided by Tubi Studio. You can find more stories online at kasu.org. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for KASU News on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. In Jonesboro, I'm Brandon Tabor, KASU News.